Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hello, my friends. I'm Michael Unbroken, host of the Think Unbroken podcast and founder of thinkunbroken.com. And I'm honored to be your trauma coach and mentor because I believe that everyone is capable of getting unstuck, cultivating self-love, and becoming the hero of their own story. I believe that when implemented correctly, the practical tools and education you will receive from this show will help you lead an unbroken and extraordinary life. I believe that no matter what we come from, that we all have the ability to choose ourselves first, to create and manifest a powerful and grace-filled future and love the reflection in the mirror. I believe that every day is a day to grow, learn, heal, and change. That's why I started my company, thinkunbroken.com, which is an online training and healing and personal growth platform where you get everything that I know about how to get motivated, be accountable, get out of the vortex, and become the hero of your own story through community, connection, and commitment. For more information, visit thinkunbroken.com. Please listen closely, as you may learn just one thing that will help you be unbroken. And please share this episode with at least 3 of your friends, because we all need community and connection in our healing journey. And be sure to DM me and tag me on Instagram at MichaelUnbroken so that I can say hi. I just want to thank you again for being a part of this, for listening, and being a member of the Unbroken Nation. Now, let's get into today's show and make the world unbroken. Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Hope that you are doing well wherever you are in the world today. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I know that I am. And the reason why is because I did something that I think we all need to do, especially more frequently, and that is that I took a mental health break. My friends, let me tell you something that is so incredibly important. And even though it happens and we talk about it in society, I don't think people really leverage it enough. And that is taking time for yourself to take care of yourself. I say to you all the time that you have to put yourself first. And that also applies to mental health. That applies to these times where you're hitting the wall, where you're facing burnout, where you're going 100 miles an hour and you just got to hit the pause button for a minute. Sometimes that pause button's for an hour. Sometimes that pause button's for 3 days. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes it's longer. Ultimately, only you can figure that out. But in my journey, here's what I know about myself. I'm the kind of person that will typically work really, really hard for a very long period of time. And eventually I hit a wall. And when I hit that wall, it's like straight burned out, rock bottom, out of gas, can't get out of bed for 3 days. And that has happened in the past where I've worked or I've done something for, months, literally months at a time with no break. And I was thinking recently, I can feel it coming. Like if I don't take a break, I'm going to hit that wall again. And part of that I understand is built into who I am natively as a human being, right? I think about the fact that, for many trauma survivors, and I would include myself in this, we often go to work and trying to build accomplishments as this way to try to validate who we are, our experiences, or whatever it may be. And for me, that's a very internal validation where I look at my accomplishments and I go, great, super proud of that. Let's go to the next thing. Well, one of the things that I understand about myself is, and I think for people in general, you can't go to the next thing if you're not functional. And if you have burned yourself out to the point where you can't think straight, you can't get out of bed, you can't do any of the things you normally do, then it's too late, right? The train has passed, you're playing with fire, you're in this position where it's going to be harder to recoup, to go through the process of recuperation from a massive burnout than it is to stop the train before you run out of gas, right? It's probably not the best analogy in the world, but it's what comes to mind at the moment. I guess trains probably use fuel like coal. But either way, my point being this, the truth is we are often, especially in this society we live in, predicated to the idea that we have to work really, really hard for a very, very long time to feel accomplished. And I believe that to an extent. Where I think the conversation often does not take place is in discussing the fact that to work a really, really long time in a really hard way, you still have to take care of yourself in that process. And I think about this idea about mental health breaks. And I try to apply mental health breaks to my life where I can. I will say this, I'm not perfect at it, and I will never claim to be. But when I can, I try to preemptively strike against this idea by following my intuition and following my gut when it says, you need a timeout, right? One of the things that we have to do is follow that gut and follow our intuition despite the deadlines, despite the things on the calendar, despite the obligations. Because the deeper down you go, the worse it's going to become, right? Think about this. If you are stepping down into the depth of being over disposed, where you are just everywhere all the time, all of your attention is going all over the place, and you hit a rock bottom, it's going to be a lot more difficult to bring yourself out of that. And I mean that rock bottom in this place of just mental exhaustion, maybe even physical exhaustion, right? And stepping into mitigating the risk of that happening by paying attention to the symptoms that you know that you have about the way that you operate. For me, I can go 6, 7 days a week, 12, 14-hour days every single day for months at a time, which is on the tail end of what I've just done. And then if I go past my threshold, which I felt was approaching, the comeback is really, really, really difficult. If I get past that threshold and I get to this moment where I'm like, oh, wow, actually what's happening here is I can't even think straight. I can't function. I can't get out of bed. I don't want to do any of the things. And so I'm always thinking about mitigation of risk. You guys hear me talking about this all of the time. And so how do you mitigate the risk of hitting just complete exhaustion? That's by taking a mental health day. Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Michael here. I just wanted to take a moment and invite you to the Think Unbroken community coaching sessions. We start these sessions at the beginning of every month, and we take a deep dive into the baseline and frameworks of what it means to get out of the vortex and become the hero of your own story through community, connection, commitment, and education. You can learn more about this at healtraumacoach.com, where you can fill out an application and sign up for a trauma healing call with me or my team to see if the Think Unbroken community coaching sessions is right for you. That's at healtraumacoach.com. We start at the beginning of every month. I cannot wait to see you there. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm not the right fit for you, we will help you find the person that can help you on your journey. You go look at the average calendar for someone who lives in America or a Western state right now, and you will see Western country, and you will see the days are just stacked upon stacked upon stacked upon stacked. One of the things that I have built into my calendar is my morning routine. And we talk about this all the time. And that part of my day is what sets me up for success. That to me is my space. And then throughout the course of the day, taking these very small, microscopic, really mental health breaks where I will go and, I will do meditation for 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I'll, when I can, go outside, walk around the block, go stand in the sun for a minute, doing little incremental things like that to make it through the day. But you can only still do those things, I believe, for so long on top of trying to accomplish all the things, whether it's, running a business or being a parent or, being at your job, having all of the back and forth of the Zoom fatigue that we're all going through right now. And in that, you have to recognize something really important. And that is that you have to listen to yourself. And you're never going to steer yourself wrong. If you really listen to your intuition, if you really follow your gut and trust that you're making the right decision for yourself, you will always make the right decision for yourself. And that means calling into work and saying, I need a day or 2 or 4 or even a week, if that's what you need. Taking the event off of the calendar, even though it's been on there for 7 months, saying no to the dinner, not going to the park because the kids want to, like whatever that thing is, and having that time and that space in your life to recuperate. Because if you go past, and again, this is just a thesis that I have kind of founded on my own experiences, that if you go past that threshold, call it the threshold of acceptability, if you want to call it that, of knowing what you're capable of doing with your mental and physical health, then I believe that coming back takes 5 or 6 times longer than just taking a couple of days away or a couple hours even. And so all this is to say this. One of the things that I want you to think about, even today, even right now in this moment, is do you need a mental health day? Do you need a day that is all about you, where you call in sick to work, right? Maybe calling sick to work is not the right way to phrase it, but where you remove yourself from the office, get all the Zoom meetings off the calendar, say no to all the things that don't need your attention, and just chill. Like, think about this. I want you to really think about this for a minute. When's the last time you just did nothing except what you needed to do to take care of yourself and laid on the couch and read a book and got a massage or went to the spa or the salon or, went to your favorite restaurant alone, right? Doing the things that you need to do. Maybe it's walking in the park. Maybe it's going on a hike. Maybe it's, hopping on a plane and going somewhere and exploring. That's my jam, right? I love to go explore. And so, that's the thing is where you are in your life, you always are going to need to have a break through that. May be a break from therapy. That may be a break from coaching. That may be a break from the self-help stuff. There's always space for the mental health break. So the question I want you to ask yourself today is, what do I need to do to take care of my mental health today? Because sometimes it's not therapy and it's not going to the gym and it's not deep diving into the self-help book. Sometimes it's nothing. So I'm always asking myself, am I putting myself first? And when it comes to this, the way that we work, the way that we act, the way that we take care of our mental health, that has to be a non-negotiable. Listen to yourself, trust your instincts, take the break when you need to take it, Unbroken Nation. Take the break. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. Please, as usual, like, subscribe, comment, share, leave a review on iTunes, please. And until next time, my friends, be unbroken. I'll see ya. Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.